So what's up, you guys? Today I'm going to be doing a quick video on how I blend my natural nappy hair with virgin curly hair. Basically, I'm going to show you guys how I blended it. Now, it's not perfect. I'm going to tell you that right now. You can see how it looks. It's still, my hair still has texture, which is fine because one solution to the blending problem is purchasing hair that also has some texture. So this is the Pauline's that I got. I made sure I got some really textured hair from Pauline's and some really tight curls. This is Indian hair, and it actually looks a lot like my Arginine Curly C, my first Curly C blend, the really long one. So you can use the same method for pretty much any virgin curly hair, but I suggest you get hair that has some texture if your hair has texture. But you can see how it looks, and this is old. This is after a day, like a full long hot day. And this is actually not my best blending, but I'm gonna show you guys how I did this because in my opinion it's better than passable, and I did get some help from some folks on Instagram and Facebook, so I definitely want to say thank you to them. Those are the products that I'm going to be using, and now the first thing I'm going to do is take this bad boy off. That's what I'm going to do. So off you go. If you have a weave, by all means don't take your hair off. You leave your hair on and just separate your leave out like that. Okay, you can see what it looks like now without the hair attached, but you see I have curls. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, and this is not a short process, so you need to make sure you have time to do this, time for your hair to dry. It's not a short process. The first thing I'm going to do is wash my hair. You always want to start out with clean hair. If your hair is already clean, you can go ahead and skip this step. After the hair is washed and rinsed, you want to go ahead and apply your moisturizer. I always apply my moisturizer on wet hair. This helps the hair lay down a little better, and you always want to moisturize so that your hair can remain in top condition. I'm going to detangle, and I'm going to pull out my gel, and I'm going to apply a tiny bit of gel at my roots, all around the roots on my leave out area, front, back, sides, everywhere, but just at the roots. I'm going to smooth it out with my fine-tooth comb, only combing the roots down, and I've smoothed it out a little more with my hand, and then I'm going to apply my scrunchie. I'm using a silk scrunchie, and I'm tying it at the back of my leave out area, not in the middle. I tie it at the back, or wrap it around at the back, just so that I can get as much of the hair smooth as possible. Twist the rest of my hair up, and then I'm going to go ahead and tie my scarf down. I'm actually about to work out, so I'm going to use my Save Your Do gym wrap. And I'm smoothing everything down. Let the hair dry. And once your hair is all dry, then you can go ahead and start the second part of this process. The second part of the process is going to involve actually rolling the hair. And you notice I've taken my scrunchie off and taken the twist out, which helped elongate my hair so that it wouldn't be so kinky. But I'm leaving the scarf on. So I'm going to take a small section of my hair. It's important to use fairly small sections because the bigger the section, the less taut your roller is going to wrap around your hair. So I've applied my coconut oil to the section. Now I'm going to apply a small amount of gel to the section of hair. Once I apply the gel, I'm going to take that section of hair and I'm twisting it, starting as close to the root as possible, and I'm going to twist it all the way down to the end, as far down as you can comfortably go without causing any breakage. Now I'm going to take my satin pillow roller, and starting a little bit above the ends of the hair, I'm going to start wrapping the hair around, and then continue to roll up that twisted section of hair all the way to the root. I'm pulling taut but not too tight. Now I have it all the way to the root. I'm going to take the ends of this roller, which is the great thing about pillow rollers, is they have flexible ends.
and I'm going to wrap those ends around the base of my hair at the root underneath the roller. So it's going to end up looking like a Bantu knot, which it is similar to a Bantu knot, but for me this is safer than a Bantu knot because these rollers aren't going to cause me any breakage. And I'm going to go ahead and continue to do the same thing for the rest of my hair using similar size sections, applying my coconut oil, followed by a little bit of gel after I've smoothed out the section of hair and detangled it until all of my hair is rolled up. Once it's all rolled up, I'm going to take off the wrap and I'm going to apply some coconut oil to the portion of my hair that was tied down right to the roots. Just a little bit of coconut oil. It helps soften up the gel, and it also adds a little extra nourishment to your hair so that you don't have any issues with your hair and your scalp. Once I apply the coconut oil, I'm going to go ahead and tie the scarf back on just to continue to hold that hair in place. Then I'm going to wrap the rest of my hair up so I can go ahead and have a good night's sleep. So once everything is all dried up, gotten your rest, done what you had to do, it's time to go ahead and blend. So I'm going to take the scarf off, and as you can see, my roots are laid really flat. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the rollers down. I'm going to start from the ends and unwrap the ends from around the base of the roller at my roots. And do it gently so that you don't accidentally pull some of your hair. And then just unravel the rollers. You can also do this after you put your unit on. If you're not wearing a removable sew-in or removable wig, then go ahead and just take them out after you take your hair down. So once all of the rollers are out, I'm going to go ahead and put my wig back on. Like I said, if you are wearing a sew-in weave, you don't have to worry about this. But regardless, weave or wig, I go ahead and I try to fluff the area right around my leave out to give it a little more texture and volume to make blending a little easier. Now you can see the pattern of the curl from the roller next to the rest of the hair. And you can see the roots. They're nice and smooth. Still have some texture though. So what I'm going to do is start my blending process. I'm going to take one of the sections and I untwist it. Just remember, it was in a twist when we put it in the roller, so it's still twisted. I'm going to go ahead and untwist the section, and I'm going to separate that section into a few smaller sections. As you can see, because of the gel, it's still holding its curl. And we've given it a little sheen with the coconut oil. So I'm going to go ahead and take one of those smaller sections that I have, and I'm going to tuck it, tucking it under the extensions, deep down in there. So that way the only part of your hair that is exposed is the root, but the curl helps it blend in with the rest of the hair so you don't see any straight strands or kinky strands sticking up throughout the rest of your hair. I'm going to go ahead and continue to do this with all the rest of those sections. I see I'm taking those smaller sections and I'm tucking them around just to cover the edges of the wig. If you have a weave, you're going to do it, separate them so that and tuck so that it's covering that last track. And just continue to do it. Tuck it neatly. You may have to move some things around, retuck, reseparate, and just continue to tuck until you are happy with your results. Next, I'm going to take some pomade. This is an optional step. I'm doing this because I want to add a little sheen and a little more hold to the roots of my hair. So I'm adding a little pomade, olive oil edge control, and I'm going to go ahead and hold that down with a clip. I'm just going to leave the clip on there for a short period of time just so that the hair will lay in place after applying the pomade. And as you can see, as I mentioned before, there may be some instances where you need to retuck the hair just to make it look a little more natural and believable. So you can see the rest of my blending, where all that's exposed is the roots, which in turn leaves you with flawless blending. I must say that this method never fails me. It is undetectable if done properly. And now I'm going to go ahead and take this clip out after the hair has set, so you can see what it looks like with the pomade after it's set in place. So the pomade, as you can see, gives my hair a little bit more sheen. I'm going to go ahead and put that clip back in because I just took it out to show you what it looks like. But the pomade gives your hair a little more sheen, and there you have it. Flawless blending. And just really quick, this is one method of blending I use for this particular hair. The other method I use is the 2-strand flat twist. I use that method when I'm not applying any product on the extensions, but when I am applying product, this one works much better. Thanks for watching.